Hello, YouTubers. My name is Cameron. I go by Boblicious on the internet, and today I felt like playing some Neverwinter PvP. So, Neverwinter is a free to play, action based MMO that I've been playing for actually quite some time now. Really enjoy this game. Today, on a rare occasion, I actually wanted to speak about the game. Not actually the game in general, though, just this portion of the game. The PvP domination in the game, level 60. Mainly, I wanted to speak about it because there's a lot of things in here that are really good, and there's also a lot of things that I just can't stand about it. So let's begin with the good. The good, the first thing on my point of goods is actually one of the things that's also on the point of bad. People are smarter in regards to PvP at level 60. So once you hit this max level and you're going in and you're playing against these people that are top level, they actually know who to focus on, who not to focus on. That capturing points is more important than killing the enemy and getting a higher kill to death ratio. So that's nice, but that's also bad, especially for people like me. See, I play a guardian fighter. That is the kind of generic tank class in the game. I'm not rolled as a tank. I'm actually rolled for PvP, so I do higher damage and take less damage, I suppose you could say. But being the guardian fighter, because I have the ability to block and all that, I am the focus of fire, more or less. You'll notice this throughout the game that whenever I get into an encounter, I am who gets focused on. It's me, and then it's usually a control wizard or another heavier melee character. That's one of the kind of gripes about the game, or about the game mode that I have, is the fact that whenever I try to play, if I'm playing against any sort of organized team, which at level 60, organized teams for PvP is actually a very common thing, I get a few minutes to play around and fight before I just get downed because the entire team comes after me. This is a complaint, I guess, because it keeps me from getting some game time. But on the other hand, it's not that big of a deal because I do the same thing with my friends whenever I'm playing. I actually have one friend in the group right now. It's a control wizard. And whenever we play against people that's not an organized team, we do the same thing and we roll through like that. So I can't really complain because I do the flip side of it. It's just a reality of it. Another thing on the side of good is when you get up these higher levels, the games don't take as long. So one kind of annoying thing is, for whatever reason, Fraps didn't want to play real nice with this game while I was recording it. I don't know why. I guess it felt bad because I was doing just god awful against this organized team. So I actually got into the game and I got almost done with it. I think it's about 3 minutes out from ending the game. Needless to say, we lost just horribly. We had like 25% of the bar filled while they had the entire thing. It's a domination game. You know how those work. Um, so we were doing awful. I think Fraps just kind of got sad and was like, "Hey, buddy, look, you're doing awful. I'm just gonna stop recording this because you don't want people to see this." But I do. I want you to see what this game's like. This is a lot of fun. I know not getting a lot of playtime for most people would kind of make it, just ruin it for them. But what it really makes me want to do is it makes me want to get an organized team together, and that's a good thing. That's kind of the draw you want behind these games. These MMOs, once you hit the max level, you have to have something else to go for. You have to have some kind of set of armor, something to play, something to do that will keep you coming back day after day. I think the PvP does this. That and the Gauntlet Grim they just came out with, but I haven't even gotten to run that yet. I haven't been online at the correct times. So it actually keeps me coming back, and it also makes me want to interact with the community more. A lot of MMOs, they're made for community players, but they're not really filled with them. A lot of people that play these things extensively, such as I do, they don't get a lot of friends. They kind of keep to themselves in regards to stuff like this. They'll find random people online to play with them. Um, this game actually kind of reinforces the idea of getting a team together and playing the game. But there's a few negative things now that I really want to go over. Obviously, them being smart, they focus fire the right people. I am one of the right people. It's kind of frustrating. Blah blah blah, etc. etc. One thing that really gets on my nerves about this game, though, The PvP, they have PvP potions. Why? No, it's PvP. You're not supposed to have potions. Potions are supposed to be a big no-no. You will notice I have potions down on my bar. That's from when I was questing. Those potions don't work. You actually have to buy PvP potions. The currency for those are actually the glory that you get after you end one of these games, depending on your score. Oddly enough, I've never been able to find anybody that actually knows how the glory is calculated. I've Googled, I've searched, I've asked on forums. Nobody can really tell me how it's calculated, because sometimes I'll win a game, I'll be top of the leaderboard and I'll get 200. Other times, like right here, I'll lose the game, be at the bottom of the leaderboard, and I'll get 300 or 500. I don't understand it. But yeah, you use those glory points and you can buy potions. And then, so essentially what you're doing is you're giving characters who have the disadvantage in regards to characters like mine because of their lack of health. That's the trade-off, right? The other characters can do more damage, but they don't have as much health. I can do less damage, but I have more health. And you're giving these characters that are supposed to have less health. They're designed that way, the ability to heal themselves and have more health. That ruins the PvP for me, because this is one of the few games that I actually claim to be good at. Not great, but good. And so, generally speaking, when I'm doing a one-on-one fight, I'll typically win a one-on-one fight versus most classes and most people, so long as they're not particularly good either. Um, but the thing that just it makes it so unbalanced is the second I'm about to get somebody downed, they go and they pop a potion and they're back at half health. Well, I'm saving up for PvP gear. I refuse to use PvP potions, so I'm instantly put at a disadvantage now. That's it's kind of a game ruiner, to be honest. If they didn't have that, I could put up with just about everything else. So now I think I've kind of run out of things to talk about in regards to the PvP. It is what it is. There's not a lot of maps. There's only one game mode, but I cannot stop playing it for whatever reason. You will notice a few times, I believe it's twice in here, maybe once, it depends, that I will lag, just completely freeze, and then come back a few seconds later. That doesn't normally happen. That, again, is Fraps not wanting to play along, either A, with my crossfire, or B, with the game. I'm not sure which. This game still is technically in beta, so it would make sense if, certain things, certain additives don't work with a beta game. Onto the actual game, though, it's great. It really is engrossing, I suppose. I know I said I was going to talk about the PvP, but you're not going to get to the PvP unless you unless you quest through. And I'm going to talk about the questing a little bit. And the questing is very entertaining. It is a lot of go fetch this, go find that, go kill these. But the combat system is very, very intuitive. You control all the moves. You control when your character does this, when they do that. You have to have line of sight. For me, when I block with my shield, I actually have to be facing where the attack is coming from. So it's nice. It keeps you on your toes and keeps you wanting to play, and you actually level up very quickly. I actually have a friend, the same friend that's playing the Control Wizard, started a new class, maybe 2 days ago, now level 40. Now, he does put a lot of time into the game. He plays it quite a bit, but still, I mean, you can see where a lot of MMOs, you kind of get tired. You get that level fatigue where the first 20 levels go by incredibly fast, but then the next 40 or 50 or 60 that you're going to have to go through, they just get increasingly slower and slower, and you'll spend days and days trying to get that one level up. Whereas this game, I can sit down, I can play for 2 hours, 4 hours every few days, and actually gain levels and show progress amongst my game. And actually, as each level progresses, I see my character evolving. That's really, really nice. So this video is kind of starting to wrap up. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with this little idea. Download the game. Get it. It's free. It's from Perfect World. Perfect World is great. They make great games. Just try it out. It's free. Come on. It's like when I was talking about Gotham City Imposters. If you don't like it, so what? It is a buy-to-play game once you get to the end game. And so if you get to the end game and you really want to play the PvP and the PvE and stuff really well, you will probably have to spend money on it, but you can at least try and see if you like it first, right? The On to the point of that though, I recently was brought into kind of a new light on that. I used to not spend any money on these free to play games, but somebody brought something up to me, and it was very interesting. It's the fact that most of the pay to play games are $10 to $15 a month. I've been playing this game for probably a combined total of about 3 to 4 months. So if I mean I've spent about $40 in the game so far, just kind of getting bags and doing the sort of things that I wanted to get, and that's about 2 months worth of 2 to 4 months of a pay to play game. And this is actually where the video cuts out, but you see my point, how if you convert it to a monthly fee, it's really not that bad. Alright guys, goodbye.